Right. That was a bit of a saga to figure out how to do this streaming to YouTube. Um I do have some more stream housekeeping to take care of. Still learning how to do this. It looks like you should be able to hear me just fine. Let's uh let's look at a couple other things. So what I need to do, I need to put some kind of link. I don't think you can put I mean, of course you can't put a clickable link inside of a video stream. Um, but I do need to put, let's see, make sure that everything's up to date on the actual live stream itself. Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Using like all of my bandwidth watching my own stream on multiple platforms to figure out if it's working. But all right. And I have audio. Yeah, all right. All right. So, uh, what I want to do is I want to put a link to this chat, the Algora chat in. Oh, this is interesting. Does the chat link change every time? Because it's like, it's not reflecting. That is actually strange and or annoying. Let's see. So if I go in here, webcam only, browser, if I refresh cache of current page. Okay, no, I just had to refresh it. It's not showing my own chats, but I can live with that. Let's make a new one. Testing chat. I don't know what kind of latency this has, but come on. All right, well, I don't know if chat's not working or if I'm doing something wrong. Someday I'm going to be good at this live streaming thing. I guess what I would have to do is I would take this. Yeah, I think I must have to put in a. No. It's my profile link to /chat. Oh, I wonder if it's the style thing. Let me switch to the. No, that's wrong too. Yeah, maybe it just doesn't show my own chats. If there's anybody listening, put something in the chat for me so I can see if the chat is working or not. Um, oh, interesting. Defaults. Yes. So cancel. Let's do this. Defaults. And then I think it might be just the transparency being an issue. I think the color is being overwritten. Let's do this. Browser. No, that's not the problem. What I should do though is update this text. And how do I edit the text? Where to chat? Here we go. With the link to the stream. See how this looks. Looks like shit. All right. No. Okay. Live with this. So now I need to update this in this view as well. Which I need to copy this, where to chat, this, paste. Beautiful. All right. So, all right, I see that there's at least one other person here who's not me. Somebody type. Not the YouTube chat. Somebody type into the YouTube chat doesn't work. Well, it does work. I just need to watch it. Okay, there's nobody typing in the YouTube chat either. How will I test my chat if nobody puts in a chat message? All right. There it is. Yee. Oh, interesting. Oh, you know what? I see why it wasn't working. I wasn't on my live stream. I was on an old stream commenting. Anyway, thanks, Frank. I appreciate it. As always, coming to the rescue. Um, okay, we did it. We did it, chat. All right. Well, I guess I don't really have anything else that I can futz around with. And instead, I am going to need to, do work. Ugh. Oh, I can't futz around with the background music. I need to see what the volume of this is going to be like. Refresh it because it froze. All right. I guess I'll pull up my stream. All right, let's hear how loud it is. It's kind of weird. I can't. Oh, right. It doesn't play the music on webcam only. I need to switch over to. Okay, here we go. So nobody's hearing anything. And then I'm going to switch to my code share. It's kind of weird. I can't. All right. Oh, right. It doesn't play the music on webcam only. I need to switch over to see if it's too loud. Or somebody can tell me. Okay, here we go. So nobody's hearing anything. And then I'm going to switch to my code share. It's kind of weird. I can't. All right. Oh, right. It doesn't play the music on webcam only. I need to switch over to see if it's too loud. Or somebody. Okay, it is too loud. All right, nobody's hearing anything. Let's turn it down just like a tiny bit. I'm going to switch to my code share. It's kind of weird. I can't swing it from here. All right. Oh, right. It doesn't play the music on webcam only. I need to switch over to see if it's too loud. And somebody. Okay, it is too loud. Mute my own live stream because that's confusing. Let's turn it down just. Okay. Wow, we did it. Only took 20 minutes to figure this whole thing out. I'll get faster next time. Okay. So, what are we working on? This is me also like completely renewing my brain's context for Igniter because I put it down for the weekend and spent the better part of yesterday and today catching up on a bunch of crap. All right. So the last place that the last thing I was working on was Ash Postgres. And actually I need to go to all of the Igniter. Go to the Igniter branch everywhere. Okay. And Spark as well. All right. So, and then I need to open Igniter example that uses all of this. All right. And I actually did do a demo of this on live stream last Friday, and it went pretty well. So it's coming along. It's pretty interesting. Let's see. Does the result of what I did compile though? Because I haven't actually verified that this all works. Live application 50. It is diff checker. Right. That's fine. We're just going to assume that if they're already supervising this module, that's good enough. Yeah, I think that would be great for Pyro, Frank. I want to also do some similar stuff for Ash authentication. I think that I don't I don't know. It's kind of complicated because I do like that with the built-in views, we can like iterate and improve on those. And we actually have done that. We've like solved security problems in the built-in, not security problems, but like we've added capabilities without introducing security vulnerabilities in the built-in views. And anybody who's hand rolling their own views won't get that. And Igniter is cool, but it's not like magic. Like it can't take some arbitrary change to a UI and then like add something to that, you know what I mean? So like it's one of those things, like we're gonna have to figure out if I think what we'll do is like still recommend the default setup and then add like a mix Ash authentication Phoenix dot, eject or something that will create your own views. And it's like once you've done that, you're effectively on your own with them. But that way it's like you still get to get started quickly, but we aren't suggesting that like, okay, well, everything should be code gen, so we kind of have to cut the right path there. All right. Oh, Lars wants to know what Igniter is. You can join my stream. Join my stream, bro. I'll tell you all about it. We'll see. I had a good time hanging out with Lars and Losh. I'm gonna try to get that right. He corrected me after a couple drinks, and I'm gonna try to get it right. At Gig City Elixir, though. Bit of a longer distance for him than for me, but Right. Yeah, the boilerplate setup is where it definitely comes in. I mean, later I'll just redo the demo basically. That I think is really cool. So let's just delete all the code. So we don't have any code in our app. And I have to have these local dependencies for development, but they're not, that wouldn't be necessary normally. And normally it would actually add the dependencies even, but I don't get to take advantage of that while I'm working on it. And I can say like mix igniter.install ash, for example. And it's gonna suggest some dependency additions, and it's gonna do configuration changes, and it's gonna do formatter updates. But what's really cool is like, let's say I actually have this formatter already. And I just don't have the formatter plugin or the dependency imported. Like this is the default. Actually, the default is like this, but let's just say I have it like this for the sake of demonstration. And I run this same installer. I don't know if I've actually tested specifically this, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna work. We'll see. Yeah. So it just modifies this. Like it just patches the source code that it sees here, which is like mega useful. Yeah, we don't have that right now. I mean, right now it's like you would do that with mix.shell.yes or whatever, but and I think ultimately, like I had some ideas around, like you put forth some cool stuff with OWL, stuff that I thought was really interesting, but it's actually really complicated because like okay, what makes it complicated is we are like building up a patch. Okay, what's the right way to phrase this? You have to, like, if you want to know what the state of the world is, you have to ask the patched code. Like, you have to ask the code. You can't just like check if some module is compiled. You have to like find it you know what I mean? Like it's, so there's a lot of like things we haven't really solved for yet. And so like installer wizards and stuff can get kind of difficult because it's like, yeah, there's a lot to figure out, like conditional stuff. And I think that, yeah, I think that there's something to be said there. And you can definitely do it already with like just in your, like if I look in, oops. You know, it's just a mix task, right? So if I have ash postgres.install, like right here, like in setup repo module, if I wanted to do it this way, setup repo module. I don't know. Here I could say something like, you know, if mix.shell dot yes, you know, do you want multi-tenancy? Do you want to use schema multi-tenancy? And then like if they do, then I would like do like the all tenants or something. But there isn't any like, yeah, well, we'll kind of have to figure it out. And it's weird because you should always assume that your installer will be composed with other installers, right? So like for instance, I can say in the whole point is to allow them to be composed. So if I were to say install ash postgres, right, and I'll get like a single patch representing all of the changes. So yeah, I'm not sure if Igniter should have a framework for interactivity, or if that should just be something that like end users are responsible for. But even then, it's like you can't own the entire thing because your patch might just be being composed with 20 different patches. Oh, this is interesting. Required lib igniter example / application, but it did not exist. Postgres. It'd be application.add child. So what this should be, oh, that is true. This is kind of an edge case that I don't really care about, which is that I like undid all of the installing stuff, but I didn't undo this. Okay, so you can compose them all together, so you don't necessarily own the entire installation of the entire installation flow, but yeah, you can provide like pre-installed lists. And another thing that's kind of cool is that your installers receive all of the args, the command line args that were passed, and we're trying to standardize. We have a couple that we're standardizing on, which is like -- yes or -y for like just do the thing, but then also -- example, meaning install and also add example code if you have it. But so to show you, yeah, so anyway, so you can see like this like creates an application, and this does a bunch of config stuff, and this actually would like merge to the config. So like if I had everything in here but no password configured, like it would just set the password and leave everything else alone. But yeah, so if I can say mix, actually let me just install this. For some reason it keeps having to recompile. I guess it's local depths, not sure. So let's do it. And now if I said mix ash.gen. Well, I'll say run the installer again, but generate some example code, which is also kind of cool. Like you can rerun the same installer and it'll be fine. So you can like just rerun it and ask for example code, and it'll just produce the example code. Come on. I think what I'm about to show you is going to work. We'll see. So it generates some example code with these resources, but it just passes along. Like the idea is any args that you know about and know, it's kind of an optimistic view, but the idea is like, we're just going to kind of cross our fingers that people don't write args that like conflict with each other, or if they do, they'll like kind of work it out. I don't know, figure it out. But Ash has one called extend. So I can say -- extend ash post, and this is crazy. If this works, this is like such a good example of why I love this pattern. Which is, it'll pass this down to the things that it's to the resource that it's generating, And so what you should be able to generate is generate the example code. Yep. You can generate the example code, but in Postgres or not. Like if I say, actually, well, I don't have it, but if I were to say SQLite, for example, it would, install it in SQLite. And I could, that's super powerful, right? But then I can also just say mix ash.gen.resource, helpdesk.support.ticket, and I get the ticket and it creates the domain because one doesn't exist. But if I say extend Postgres, right, like the same resource option that's doing that, like it also then becomes a Postgres resource. So yeah, I mean, the pattern here is like really powerful. I know there's going to be sharp edges. Like we're going to have to work a lot of stuff out. It's going to be, especially early days, there's going to be a lot of like, I did X thing that your patching code didn't expect me to do, and it didn't work the way I wanted it to. And that's perfectly fine. We're just going to roll forward on that and handle all that stuff. Yeah, that is kind of the idea, is like you can have one-liner recipes. The other thing that's cool is your install, like you can also, you don't necessarily need to have one-liner recipes if you don't want, because your installers can, let's say like your installer, so you'd have you'd say use igniter.miss.task, and it was like composing a bunch of other tasks. The way it would work is you'd say igniter.compose task, something dot setup, right? So you actually, it's like a mix task composer, assuming all of the mix tasks are implemented with, they have to be an igniter mix task. But so you can also provide like kind of pre-built configurations if you wanted, or like that take your own special arguments, and then depending on those arguments, like call these with different arguments and all that sort of stuff. So there's a lot of optionality there. So it is kind of interesting because I have the like very basic optimistic case working with Ash Postgres, and Spark. Although maybe I should double check this. How does the Ash installer? Let's see. Does it do? It says compose task spark.install. I think that should work fine, but yeah, because it has a dependency on Spark, so you get Spark kind of automatically. Yeah. So this actually, I mean, I guess I have to figure out what's next on the, like, I didn't realize that I'd kind of like completed a happy path last time I sat down to do all this stuff. There's a lot of testing that has to be done. There's only basic tests in Igniter right now. What should I do next then? It's a really, we're at a crossy roads, aren't we? I mean, I imagine, oh, why did my music stop? There it goes. Let me see if we got any. Okay. I haven't checked the YouTube chat. Maybe I should look at that. Because I don't see that. For anybody who's watching, trying to chat on YouTube. Yeah. Hey, YouTube folks. You got to go to that link in the chat, because I don't get the, I'm not monitoring like multiple chat windows. Same for Twitch folks. You got to head over to Algora for me to see it. Keeps my life simple. Okay. Well, I mean, shit. I guess in this case, What other core packages? Maybe that's what I should be looking at, is what other core packages. Let's see. Correct. Yeah, you can compose any. Well, you have to. Okay, there's two ways. There's two things you can do, right? You can use .compose task. That this thing, for this to work, has to be an igniter.mix.task, right? For that to work. And all that means is that it can be called using like running a regular mix task, or it can be called with this igniter.compose task. And that what that means is like all it can do is take an igniter and return an igniter, right? So like this is like that classic builder pattern, right? Like take a change set, return a change set, all that sort of crap. Take a plug, or take a con, return a con, right? But you also can do this. You can do igniter dot. Why is my? It's like only working for modules. I don't know why. Restart language server. But igniter. I think it's add task. Yeah. So you can also schedule tasks to be run after it's all done. So you can say igniter dot add task. You know. I don't know, ash.codegen, right? You know, install ash postgres. Right, so if you wanted to like generate the initial migrations after everything's done, which I guess I should probably just do in the I haven't done that. Yeah, okay. Igniter application, no, igniter dot add task. Okay. Mix igniter dot. Although, see, this is where we get into this like not stateful, but it's no longer stateful in a way, right? Because I guess it won't matter if there's no changes to make, then running this task won't do anything, and therefore it won't matter. So I guess past me helped present me. Look at that. So if I go to igniter example now. And let's drop the bottom. And clean this up. All right. So now if I mix ash, okay, if I do, let's just do it all. See what happens. Yeah, so it's gonna run ash.codegen after everything's done. What happens? What the well, that didn't work. Huh. That's interesting. Oh, that is interesting. Before we run the tasks, I believe we need to recompile. It's a do or try. Yeah. So then it's something like for task in where is this? Run tasks. Yeah, we need to. Okay, I think so. Now if let's erase the whole world. I was thinking of how cool it'd be to make a uninstaller version. Like, I don't think it's possible. I mean, man, it might be. I don't think it would be possible to I don't think it would be possible to like derive an uninstaller. It's just not really how it works. And I think that sounds cool in practice, but the restrictions that it would place on design would be like way too heavy. And also like installers are like 95% more valuable than uninstallers for source code, in my opinion. Yeah, and you want to look at a patcher? Yeah, let's take a look. So okay, it's an interesting thing, right? So there's a couple things, right? There's the stuff we've been looking at, like these are like the igniter tasks that compose a bunch of patchers. And you can see sometimes you have, like pretty often you have to dip down into the nitty gritty where we use like the tools in Igniter to do something like basically like, okay, here we're going to say this is the thing to add the repo to the list of ecto repos. But you can see here we say, okay, well, this function is if there's already a value for that configuration at ecto repos. And we're going to prepend a new item to the list. And like, you can't just say like where module equals module, because the source code for modules doesn't always look the same. Like I don't know if you've seen this sort of thing, but it looks like, this kind of thing or whatever, I mean, if I can show you, is that even gonna work? Yeah, okay. So you get like this kind of crap, right? So you can't use your own, you can't just check if one module equals another. So you have to dip down into this pretty often. And here's a good one, like, don't worry, this is some magic stuff that I've added that we're trying to get into Sorcerer, which is actually pretty cool stuff. This needs to be like this though. Christ. That works. Whatever. Okay, but to show you what actual patchers might look like, this is an example of some of the hacky crap you have to do to like insert some code in certain ways that isn't perfect. But let's go to Igniter itself. I'll show you the ugly bits. So like configure, or in like the code to set a configuration value is actually quite a bit of code naturally, right? So basically, we're going to make sure that the config file exists. And this one's interesting. I actually need to do something here. I remembered a bug here. I need to create one file for each env if you're creating config.x's. I need to figure that out. That actually might not be... Yeah, we'll have to figure that out. So what you do is you use like Igniter to include files into the project that's being worked on, and you can say like it has to exist, or include it or create it. And then this update elixir file, it's like, okay, it should exist and or be included in the project. So it has, it exists because we're it doesn't exist on the file system, but it exists in our inside of the rewrite project, which is complicated. Don't worry about it. But the Igniter knows about it. And then we use zipper. A zipper is like a data structure to like traverse a tree. And an AST is a tree, like, abstract syntax tree. And so we use the zipper to like travel around and then like make modifications at different places in the tree. And that's by Dorgan, whose real name I've been told like so many times, but I forget because I've talked to them online primarily. Doing a lot of great work with Sorcerer and that data structure. So yeah, what we do is like there's like multiple ways that a value can be configured. Technically, like there's an infinite ways. We can't detect all of them, right? If you do something like this in your config file, like, you can say like apply. I don't know if you can actually do this, but apply config, or like we can't. All we're looking for is like the standard normal code, and if we don't find it, we're gonna bail out and tell them to do some better stuff, or like tell them, figure out how to do this yourself. But yeah, so then we use functions like this one. So we say move to a function call in current scope. So we find the place where they import config, and then we go to the rightmost node of that, and then we add some code before the last thing in that file. This is a little bit optimistic, but it's basically in a config file, we need to not overwrite this, right? Oh my gosh, Frank, I gave you the rundown. That's fine though. So we modify all the patches by we generate patches by traversing using the zipper to like move around. So like find a call to config3 where the first argument is the app name and the second argument is the config that we're trying to set. And if we find it, then this is just to check if it configures it, but if we find it, then maybe we'll like update an argument, for example. So that's the rough sketch of how it all works. It's pretty complicated under the hood. The hope is that we can, for the most part, abstract these away from developers, like who are writing installers. It's like, or at least we can do these really gnarly things, a few times and then not every time. In that way, I want Igniter to be a sort of standard library of code mods and patchers and that sort of thing. Oops. All right. So from here, I need to figure out this bug before it gets before I forget, which is if we are creating the config file, we also have to create empty files for the individual environments, which is kind of interesting. I think config/runtime is special though. Yeah, I mean, it is. Yeah, that is the goal. Sorcerer itself is a pretty low level API. So our goal is to add like a bunch of higher level traversal tools. Okay, so I think actually what I can do that's a little bit more simple, which is basically something like, ensure default configs exist. And then this will just be include existing Elixir. Oh, if it's runtime.x's, we don't need to do any of this stuff. So we'll say, let's do it like this, actually. Let's assume, okay, got it. So we'll just say default contents is this empty config. I'm just guessing here, but I'm pretty sure that this is how it works. And so we'll say file, this should be file name. Okay. Okay, so for this one, we can just leave the igniter alone. And for the rest, should we only do this when it's in dev test prod? Just because, I mean, people shouldn't. We'll just do it all the rest of the times. It's fine. It's not a big deal. We can figure out the thing. Okay, so we will do something like this: igniter dot include or create Elixir file. I need to get the file path. File is dot wrap. Yeah, file path. Okay. Okay. Oh no, wait, I'm so dumb. I don't need the file path. Undo. Because we're just gonna do this for all of them. So we're gonna do for this one, it's gonna look like this. And then for the other ones, look like this. All right, so dev, test, prod. Let's see how I did. Oh. Yeah, and I don't need the file here. All right. So this shouldn't really matter now, or it won't, yeah. Oh, but we should be able to check and see now if if I fix that bug with the task itself not running. Let's see. Yeah, we generate all the stuff, and we should have config dev, which I think we already did because of the way our test runtime prod. Nope. Oh, interesting. Fix slash prod tags. Oh, I guess yeah. The Ash Postgres guide. So this is a new thing, and that does show that it's working. All right. So now, damn, cannot load igniter example.support. Error, no file. Running code. Okay, so this is. I mean, I know that it's happening here. But did this not happen? Oh my gosh, cannot type. Okay. So let's try again. I need to make sure that that stuff is removed. So why would that be happening? Because we run the tasks, we generate the, oh wait, required. What have I done? This is an example of the sort of things that are going to need to get better. Let's see if removing that code solves for it. Ticket application. Oh, yeah, here we go. This is the same thing I dealt with before. Okay. So what we need to do here is figure out why when we run that mix task that for some reason the compilation, like, I don't know, hasn't taken effect or something. Like, doesn't really make a lot of sense. Is it not? Am I not properly running it after we write all of? No, so we write all, and then yeah, this compile step ought to do the thing. Oh, wrong project. All right. So, oh, it says it's a no-op, but that can't be right. Why does it say it's a no-op? That doesn't make any sense. When does a mixed... When does mixed tasks return? Why does it say it's a no-op? That doesn't make any sense. The task or alias has already been invoked. Subsequent calls to run will abort with it. Wait, but we're using... If you need to run a task multiple times, you need to re-enable it via re-enable. That's what I'm doing. That's literally what I'm doing. Did I... And it said... not here. It said... What the... Yes, it said okay on the re-enable and no op on the... Well, I don't know how many people are on this stream, but if chat has any ideas, I'm all for it. Why would re-enabling the compile task not solve this problem? Maybe I need to look at the docs for re-enable. Re-enable tasks, so it can be executed again down the stack. Both alias and the regular stack are re-enabled when this function is called with the umbrella. Yeah. Oh. Mix task.run. Re-enable. Let's just Google it. Mix task re-enable not working elixir. Nope. 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 Okay, well, docs are being a little bit useless right now. So to I know this is using the local code. We got it's printed out. It says no op. What is that empty list supposed to mean? Is that like a... Oh, that's just, yeah, no. Wait, what? It doesn't say that it will, it just says it will return the atom no op, but it's returning like no op and a list. It's the only place this appears in the docs also. Okay, so what do we do in this case then? Probably need to like mix dot. So okay should be the result of a re-enable. It explicitly returns okay. Both alias and the regular stack are re-enabled when this function is called. Regular stack. Is there something I don't know about the word stack in mixed tasks? We execute it again down the stack. I don't know what they mean by stack, but keep up with that. Okay, you know what? I have an idea. What happens if I re-enable it multiple times? I have to delete all this crap. Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, I don't. What's weird is like how could you get into a position where you need to re-enable a task twice? And I don't know what they mean by stack in terms of like mixed tasks. Never heard of a mixed task stack. Yeah, so it's like I maybe you like can't re-enable the compile step. Like maybe that's like a, you know what? Hold on. Let's find out. No, they wouldn't do that, right? Surely they wouldn't do that. What is okay, let's look at the source code. So delete many. Mix.tasks server. Cursive equals. Well, shit, what happens when you just run a task? Assuming it checks with this mix task server. Do run. What? I miss it. Yeah, do run. Okay. Yeah, we say what we should figure out in here is how we're getting this like no op with that they don't talk about in the docs of. Yeah, see that there is no op in the docs here issued due to some kind of concurrency, like the task server being like casted to instead of called or something. I mean, I just would be surprised. Like maybe I have too much faith in the, because we're getting, okay, this is what's weird. We're getting, okay, it's got to be on this FP run test. Yeah, we're getting no op. Maybe that's okay. Maybe this is actually okay. You know what? I think it might be a red herring. Mixed tasks compile. I'm willing to bet that task returns no op and an empty list. If it, yep, there it is. Look. I don't know about this no compile in args, but this is a return from merge. Yeah, it thinks that there are no files for it to recompile. That's the problem. Compile.all. So maybe you're right. Maybe is rewrite.write all? Is that is that not blocking or something? Like well, no, because I mean that would be pretty catastrophic if it was, because if your task exits, that's async stream no link enum dot. Okay, they do enum dot reduce, so it should all be done by the time it's done. Okay, so back to here. We get no op empty list diagnostic one. Okay, so new status equals if status one equals okay, or status 2 equals okay. Status 1 and merge diagnostics. That's its own thing. This can't be right. That's gonna blow my mind. If I have to like know about the dependence, I mean, I don't see how it could work otherwise. But that is a little bit weird. I don't know. Learning a bit more about mixed tasks than I intended. I guess it makes sense. Okay. I'm gonna re-enable both compile and load path. And let's see how that does for us. Okay, I need like a reset script for this because it's getting old. Should probably just get well no, because I have to keep the depths around. All right. What do you think? Should put money on it, chat. Is it gonna work? Okay, that wasn't the problem. But maybe there's another one. Let's see. Compile.all. Do I need to re-enable this one? I don't know what compile.all means, but I don't know. Find out. It's getting old. I feel like I'm gonna play like I feel like this lo-fi chill beats. I'm gonna have like 12 viewers maximum anytime I stream. People like drama and I'm like not interested. Son of a bitch. Okay, maybe this is pretty dramatic actually. Mix.task.run. Load paths, compile.all, compile.protocols. That's it. No depths check, no archives checks. All right, well, I just have no idea anymore. So what I could do, but I hate it, and what I'm going to do, but I hate it, for now. Don't do this. Do this. This is horrible and ugly. Mix.shell.command task. I think that'll work reasonably well. Yeah, so what I'm working on is a tool called Igniter. I'm not gonna go like through the whole rigmarole, but it's a patching installer for Elixir projects. So you like, hey, look at that. Ticket status is not a valid type. Okay, so I must have screwed something up in my installer. I did. Yeah, this is great news. All right, so so yeah, the idea behind Ignite, there's a little bit on the README if you look up the Igniter project under the Ash framework org. Sorry, y'all just heard me slurp through this cup. But the basic gist is like a project installer that like automatically adds the dependency to your mix file and then patches in a bunch of changes. But I mean, maybe that sounds scary, but like, you know, Git is a real thing now. It's not a big deal, right? So, but it helps you make like really nice installers and migration scripts and upgrade scripts and stuff like that. Hasn't been released yet though. Okay, so in the example code, we are not configuring. So we're using gen.enum. And we're giving it a short name. Okay. Gen.enum. And that short name is not properly oh. But it should be. That's interesting. I mean, that was a bug, but I don't think that's the problem. So config.x is ash custom type short name enum. Why would that not have worked? So we are doing it. Config. There's just nothing in here for it though. Was it in the diff? Igniter example. What happens if I run it again? Is it going to figure it out? So it's using just the standard call to igniter.config.configure. We're giving it this igniter. When we know that this is working, it's creating this new Elixir file. But it must be bailing out at some point in here. Okay. That's the default. Did it? Yeah, so. Oh, well, yeah, of course. And it's not putting it somewhere else. Okay, for now, to get it compiling. Wait. Yeah, support ticket type status. Okay, so instead of ticket status, we're just going to say igniter example.support.ticket.types.status. Okay, now I'm going to try mix ash.gen. What do I call it? Gen.enum. Let's just try this pattern again. Gen.enum. Call it foo.bar. ABC. Short name. Lover. What does it propose? Igniter example.support. Oh, help. Oh, what? Oh. That is not the right. No, igniter example. Oh, help desk. Yeah, that's just a. These are not using the right. These should be inspect representative resource, and this should be inspect ticket resource. Okay. For now, this will be in here. Oh. Okay, look, so this one, whoa. Oh, wait. Am I just blind? What? It's saying that there is code already in config/config.x's. What? Hold on. Is this just like... This isn't my editor going... Okay, y'all saw that, right? That was weird. Okay, so it's actually working. It's not doing the right thing. I think that this is the bug right here. So now if I go to ticket, I can say is that not how you do this? Big ash custom types ticket status. Okay, I don't even have to look at my own docs. I don't know. Short names, config ash, custom types. Oh, it's not okay. It's not prefixed with their app name. It's just config. Oh, that's actually, I don't know if I like that much, but okay. All right, that's fine. So its app name is Ash. And so what we would need to do is in config, change this to now if I were to run my mix enum generator, it should give me the right diff and everybody should be happy. Did we do it? Syntax error. Did I do that? Oh shit. Yeah, this is the story of a girl. This is a thing with Sorcerer and Zippers that I haven't been able to figure out. It gets finicky about keyword lists and the block syntax, and it gets weird. So the problem. Oh, well, also this needs to be like this. Well, I don't think that's gonna solve the problem, but yeah. So the problem is in Igniter's common. I have spent like hours fucking with this implementation. Where is it? Where we're adding to an existing keyword list. We found, okay, so in this case we're doing do put in keyword. We found one. We haven't found, yeah, so we found one and we're adding to it. So we are in this success block, and then we're going to say, okay, then do put in keyword again. Okay. And then we're going to not find the match, and we're going to go in here. Yeah, so we're going to call this function, and it's going to do some stupid stuff. Oh. Do the tests still pass with this config stuff? It's the only part I've written tests about because it's just such a pain in the ass. Okay. Yeah, so Did I believe that io.inspect and paste? No, I didn't. So what's the fucking? Oh, it's saying we're not even getting here. Do put in keyword. Oh, because we're getting to this set keyword key. Oh, interesting. Does this just need this treatment that I've done here? No, it wouldn't. It's not that. It's gonna. Okay. But at least now I should be getting here. Yeah. Okay, so this is the value that we're going to append. What does this look like? I know it's gonna be some bullshit. So okay. All right. Node. Okay. I probably should only check to see if the key's blockified. Or whatever word I should use for that. I don't really. I'm still figuring out this whole thing anyway. All right. Okay. Good. That did what I wanted. And did the test still pass? Okay, that's right, because we still need this. All right. I'm figuring life out. I am very uninterested in. It's kind of interesting because, like, you see a lot of different. Okay, I don't know. You work on projects at different levels, and you see, like, syntactically, keyword lists feel nice when you're writing them, but then when you have to like work against the source code of them, you're actually like, why do we have a special syntax for them? That's very problematic, right? And I don't know, it's pretty interesting. Like, I kind of wish we just only had maps, but whatever. That's not important. Keywords do technically allow duplicate keys, so they have a place in the world. But that works. All right. Okay, so that's the. Oh no, I need to test the original thing that I freaking came here to do, which is, can we actually run this with the CodeGen installer doing what it's supposed to do and generating migrations and all that sort of jazz? Let's find out. When I install a task in Igniter, do run task. They should happen in order, right? Add task, yeah. Yeah, okay, they do happen in order that I add them. That's nice. So yeah, we don't need the app name here. Yeah, so actually in Ash we have this problem where it's a non. Oh, whoops. Deleted the actual. It's a non-negligible performance problem, the way that we do option validation, and we need to handle it somehow. And I don't know what I don't know. We actually rely on the fact in many places that ops are passed as a keyword list specifically, because they we can tell the difference between input and ops in maps versus lists. And so I'm in a similar position where I kind of like, I wish that I had just always used maps and never like let ourselves get into that situation, because when you do the option validation, I mean, I don't know, that may be its own problem, but basically like now, okay, we validate the ops and it spits us back out a keyword list. And then accessing it is like a list traversal every time, you know, theoretically like up to the key. And I mean, maybe, I don't know. I guess I can't really verify that it matters, but, and like the overhead of building a map, I need to verify it. Before I make a big deal out of it, I need to verify that that actually is even better on, you know. So let's just let it be what it is. Okay. Let's see if this thing's gonna work finally. Common 213. Shit. Okay, it's not mix.shell.command. It's what is it? Mix.shell.something. Yeah, it might. I mean, but you're doing that all at compile time, right? So at least it's, you know, it's compile time performance matters, but at least it's, or you know, I don't know if you are actually doing it all at compile time, but I assume so. .cmd. All right, let's try this one more time. Saying it one more time, but it's going to be probably many more times. So what I'm thinking about doing, by the way, is making an option, because we actually vendored all of our option parsing stuff from NimbleOps since we had so much wrapping it. It all just lives in spark.options now. So I was thinking about having a thing in spark.options to return a map instead of a list. And I was even considering having a spark.options.struct, like a spark options struct generator that would generate a struct from the option specification, and you could have it return that way you can be like, you know, options equals spark.options validate and like match on the struct that was generated by the struct generator, and then you'd get like autocomplete for the options, and you'd avoid a bunch of like other problems like that. That would be a great contribution to Spark, by the way. Anybody listening who wants to write something, you know, relatively encapsulated, fun metaprogramming problem, and also like, you know, performance improvements to Ash. Damn it. Ash.cogen command not found. Oh, dummy. Ash.cogen. Oh, yeah. Stupid. I need to do the thing in here. Needs to be mix. This is, dude, it's so ugly. This needs to get fixed. Like, okay. Where do I even, should I just open an issue? I'll just leave it as a I don't know. If I put it like this, it's never going to get fixed. Maybe it never needs to be fixed. I don't know. All right, whatever. All right, this time for real. I guess I'll check YouTube chat. Again, though, friendly reminder, YouTube chat. I can't see your chat. doesn't show up for me. I have to. I'm gonna go check it, but I'm not like monitoring it regularly. Let's see. If it's not a tangent, how is Igniter more than a package manager? Vast CNC. I don't know how long ago you asked this question. I don't know how to tell this. If you're still here, say something so I can see that you're still here, and then I'll answer your question. Vast CNC is asking about how is Igniter more than a package manager? I will answer that question when they confirm that they're here. Is this gonna work? Okay, that's a good sign. It's compiling the app. I mean, I guess I can just answer the question because I don't know, it doesn't hurt. But so in reality, Igniter is not a package manager at all. All Igniter is some extra tooling around mix. Like it's some conventions and some tools to write installers for your packages. And then tools to actually like use those installers in your app. So like Hex is still the package manager. Igniter doesn't have anything to say about that, but it's kind of like how when you say like npm install, it like adds to your package JSON. If you're familiar with that, it's like we still don't have anything like that for Elixir, which I think is pretty wild. But you know, it's not. I don't know. We don't run that path very often. You don't add dependencies that often in Elixir, and so I think that's a big part of it. But we do have a big problem, which is like in setting up frameworks and libraries and tools requires setup. Like it requires a bunch of manual steps. It requires like migration, or if you're upgrading from one old version of a library to a new old version of a library, we need a way to patch code. And there's a lot of tools that are low-level tools that are out there that are really high level or really high quality stuff, but they're not really like accessible. And honestly, I feel like that's one of the things that I do primarily. That's like where my niche is in the Elixir ecosystem, is like trying to make a bunch of things accessible and like synthesize tools into like, you know, this project is a combination of Sorcerer and, I mean, Rewrite already uses Sorcerer, but it's taking that and then, but like stacking on like the framework side of it. Those things are libraries, and this is like the framework of how you can write installers and all these tools around it and stuff like that. So yeah, anyway, it's not a package manager, I guess is the main point there, but it worked. We did it. It generated migrations. See if we can actually like create the database and migrate it and interact with things. If it does, I mean, like hell. I don't know how polished a 0.1 release has to be, but I could actually like, should probably at least just push it up and mix hash.setup. setup. But I could get something going. Database not found yet. Okay. Oh, look at that. Well, she came at exactly the right time. Okay, what did I screw up? Oh, is my stream still going? I can't see. Oh, my YouTube channel or my YouTube radio just like crashed, I think is all. Somebody ping my channel, make sure you can still tell me, or chat so I can see. Okay. The more patterning on. Oh, how is it like doing crazy stuff? All right, thank you. Yeah, so we actually just got one of our bigger installers working, although it did screw something up. Flake says dev. There's no data. No, there's a database. Default prefix installed. It should be using dev igniter example. Oh, look, it doesn't have the repo in it. Do they all not have the repo in them? Dev, prod, runtime, test. Okay, so it's just install. So when we're setting up these configurations, we're just doing it wrong. Configure dev. Yeah, this needs to take the repo. And then it needs to be repo. Okay, and then configure test. Same thing. Yeah. And it looked like runtime was doing the right thing. Well, probably not actually, because it was just creating that file is why it wasn't doing the right thing. Should be a modify configure. Oh no, repo URL. Yeah. Repo URL GPApp. Okay, so that just was doing the right thing. Okay, so configure test. Okay, I should make these consistent. Repo. Wait, that's right. Oh my god. Okay, did I fuck something up? Yeah, it's good to see you, Lars. Thanks for dropping in. Okay, that's another reason why I can't really release this quite yet. I mean, I can put it up on GitHub and just have GitHub dependencies, but I'm using things that don't exist yet. What am I doing? Okay, so now if let's just delete just the parts that are messed up and try this again. Configure test. Oh, there was more, wasn't there? Define variable. Oh, well. Okay. So is it going to generate the right config now? This is also kind of testing that like after the fact patching. Ooh. That's ugly. Huh. Yeah, I guess I didn't really think about this. There's the pattern. It's like these prefer the 3-argument version of config over the 2-argument version of config. When would you prefer? You would prefer the 3-argument. Over the 2-argument when the first thing is a module, basically. I think that might be the... Okay. Let's take a look, see what we can do. That's not right, config. So right now what we do is we try to update 3arg, we try update 2arg, and then if that doesn't work, then we... Okay, actually this isn't so bad. This isn't so bad. The first one, okay. Case first do. What do I even do here? I'm like, see, if is Atom first and toString first string dot downcase is not equal toString first. It's like, this is kind of like a heuristic for it's not a pretty atom. I don't know if that's like a... So what we would actually then do is then we would say so it's not a pretty atom, and therefore we will do it like this. App name first. This indicates it's a module slash not a pretty. I don't know what the hell that means, but go with it. Okay, so now let's try this again. And when we add the first one, the rest should follow suit because they will find the 3-argument version. Ooh. Oh, fuck. Wait. Oh, do these get merged? If I do this, I guess I'm just gonna have to find out. All right, well, let's delete everything real quick. I need to know how this is going to work before I can... Okay, we'll leave all that. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Because if this gets merged, then I do have some shit to think about. Which is like merging, I guess, at the 3arg version. Okay. So if I say config who are A1 like this, I need to know, is that going to merge into... Yeah, it will. If I say application.getEnv, let's see. Foo bar, it's going to give me A1, B2. So what that means is, okay, let's see. Yeah. So we have this try update 2arg, which no. Okay, this actually should do the thing. So just say igniter.com and put in keyword. Okay, so maybe I'm not crazy. In the 2arg, oh no. We also need to try update 3arg. I see. Okay. We need to say we need to try to merge. All right. We need to try to merge keywords if the config path is longer than 1. Alrighty. So we're going to go to the config 3 and okay, so this will look like this actually. And then we're going to say common dot update nth. Oh, actually this might be fine. Fn value. Common dot put in. Oh, this is kind of interesting though. What does put in keyword return? I'm gonna have to detect. Okay, say like new zipper equals if new zipper equals zipper. Say it's not quite either because maybe it doesn't change because the key is already set to the right value. Oh shit. Okay. With move to nth argument. Okay, zipper. So now this put in keyword should be returning an error if at some, yeah, it's like not a, yeah. Or like, yeah, if it's like malformed in some way. Okay. Still learning myself to think in zippers. Oh, it's not the easiest. All right, so then we will say return this zipper. So did I do something wrong? Yes. Yeah, put in keyword. Where does it set the value? Try update 3arg updater. Oh, I need to know what the value is. Here, so value. Say value updater. So try update 3arg. Needs to take the value. All right. I feel like this actually was, I thought that was going to be like a, oh, what the shit? Try update 3arg. Oh, yeah. That's not how that works. Okay, so now if I install Ash Postgres, Barnabas, what's up, my dude? How's it going? It should, oh, I didn't want to actually do, well, I did it, but did it make the config files right? That's the real question. It did not. Ooh, actually, it looks really bad. Shit. All right, we need to, okay, in this case, let's add a test that shows this working because that's what really needs to happen. Merges with the 3arg version. So this, yeah, we would do something like test. It chooses the 3arg version and merges with it. when first item in path is not pretty. Still don't know what the hell that means, but I'm gonna keep using it. All right. So we're gonna say, yeah, it's been a while. Absolutely. I'll have to make my way back to ElixirConf EU next year. I saw you're not coming to ElixirConf US. That makes me sad. I know it's like a whole thing though. It's not easy to make it across the pond. Okay. So if I want to say config fake foo.bar, right? I should get config fake foo.bar bar baz. This should be kind of what it looks like. So it chooses the 3-arg version when the first item in the path is not pretty. All right, well, this double list wrapping is like obviously not gonna, I mean, it's like not even right. It's like definitely wrong. So let's see what's going on. I don't think that would be a bug in config. It's gonna be a put in keyword. Right, put in keyword. So, well, let's actually confirm this. We are getting here, right? We are doing the bit that we said. No, we're not even getting into this code. But how's it doing the right thing? Okay, so we're getting here, but we're falling out at some point. Are we falling out here? We are falling out here because... of course, because this... We need it might be a module. We're gonna need a generic, I hate this. We're gonna need a generic like are these things equal that checks all this for us? Not a fan of that personally, but that's fine. So it'll be config item. Okay, so this should theoretically stop us from getting into that arrow branch. We should get into the OK branch. Ooh, yeah. No, still getting there. Oh, well, in this case, that's actually fine because this is the try update 3-arg. We're going to find yeah, because it doesn't exist. So that yeah, and in this example we shouldn't be. So Brainbusters, yeah, we should be getting into the new code here. I see. It's something about this. Oh my god, it's like staring me in the face. Okay, that's fine. That test is fine. It's just doesn't have an extra new line. So now we need to confirm that it will merge this way. Use the 3-arg version of the first item in the path is not pretty and merges that way. So now if I say look at 8106. Whoa, that's not right. But what I should get is basically this buzz biz. Okay. So where is this? Igniter comment modify configuration code. Because we're supposed to return an OK zipper. Right here. Oh. Is this just gonna work? Oh shit, yeah, well then maybe we're actually fine here. So let's just do this again. Delete this, delete this. All right, everybody, cross your fingers. I don't know, I think, did I freeze? Hold on. My OBS froze. I can't tell if I'm... Oh, now it's moving again. I don't even know. My music stopped. What's going on? Let's try this again. All right, music's back. Looks like I got my feng shui back. Yes, it did the right thing. Beautiful. All right. So now that task should run finally. What? Oh, because there are no ash domains. This is pretty interesting. I should probably just update this command to like not do anything. Right? Like if you ask to code gen and there's nothing, there's like, which just print an error. So what does it say? It says must supply the dash dash domains argument. Here. It's here. So I think we'll just say okay, let's add was it true as the default? So we should do, yeah, we get the domains and then we'll basically say like case domains do no dash domains found configured in. Oh, this is actually pretty interesting because the migration generator can still potentially do things even if there's no domains found. I didn't really think about this, but it can install your extensions in your repo. But it doesn't know what the repos are. So first we get all the domains. So the problem is basically somewhere we get the repos equals sign. Okay. What if I do something like this? Find repos. So say mix dot project dot config name. What is that? Igniter. Application. Yeah, right here. Yeah, okay. Why are the function? Where did the function autocomplete go? Start language. What did I call this? I think it's okay. Just find out Spark implements. No, Spark implements behavior. Yeah, it should be adopts behavior. That is the upper term. Okay. So we do find repos, and then we say num.unique. So now, theoretically, this should be able to do the extension migration, even without having, I don't know if this is going to be true, but let's see, mix dash.code. Okay, where is that? That's unit migrations 101. Gotta use my new option. Beautiful. That's actually quite nice. It is interesting because it doesn't warn you about not having that configuration of Ash domains. So maybe what I should do is say something like, in here, in the task, yeah, I'm gonna warn about no domains. So case domains to just if enum.empty. And then we'll say, oh my gosh, I just realized there's a bunch of places where we do this just to get the repo modules to do things like mix ash postgres.create. I think we just do repos equals, yeah, we do, don't we? We get it from all of the repos. That's pretty ugly. Okay. So this all should be updated to just do the repos thing and not do anything. Oh, stupid choices that I've made. All right. But for now, let's what was I doing? So this one. Okay, so now it should say something about it here. Okay, back to so yeah, really in Ash Postgres.my, all of this place where we're getting the repos, we're doing it in just the stupidest way. So in rollback, in create, and drop, and migrate, yeah, all these places. What the hell is wrong with me? It should just be the implementation that I just put into the migration generator. So this ops, domains ops. Oh, I see why we would do it. If they pass the domains option, but that actually, yeah, okay. So it would be something like this. If ops domains and ops domains does not equal this, then we're going to do this route. Oops. So they've asked for it based on but if they don't ask for it based on domains, then I should do this logic. What this should mean now is mix ash postgres.migrate or just mix ash.migrate should work just fine for me. $79, what did I do? Nope, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to be in. Do I have a meeting coming up? Let's head to charting. Things have to be plugged in to charge. Oh yeah, look, it still says must supply the domains argument in repos. Wait, what? Oh, I do this so often. I just flip the else. I'm if lexic. All right, that's awesome. That's great. Wow, well, that's a nice little quality of life improvement that I didn't really consider before. It's pretty obvious in retrospect. Alrighty. Well, we have Ash Postgres properly, fully installing, so that's nice. We have setting the right configuration. Probably the last thing that I should do before, and then I'm going to go ahead and call it quits, is confirm that if I generate some example stuff, example, extend Postgres. Using Postgres, that I should get, let's see. All right, makes ash.codegen, create, support, create example code. And then if this all works, then we're going to be in groovy grapes. I should check. Oh. See if there's anything new chat. Oh, you know, I haven't checked Twitch stream. I forgot to check that. I don't know if anybody's watching from Twitch. All right, no new chat on YouTube, Twitch. All right, so that works, and then make /migrate to run migration. All right, Twitch is being weird. I'm gonna stay away from it. Oops. It's my loading screen. Okay, so now I should be able to actually use this thing, right? So I have, what did that give me? Give me this ticket that I can open a ticket with a subject, okay? Didn't do code interfaces for me, but I don't know if I want to, probably just leave that as a later thing. Define, open, args, subject. All right. Editor example, dot support, dot ticket, dot open. Relationship representative is required. Okay, I will make a representative first. Okay, so now I can then, I need to export, I need to take a representative ID. Open subject should take a representative ID as well. I guess I need to, I need to make representative ID optional in the example is what I actually need to do. Ash, Postgres. Ash tickets belongs to, it is not required. Okay, so then for myself, I'm going to leave it as required for this so I can just test it. And open needs to take a representative ID and a subject, and then it will do the code interface, define. Okay. So now I can open a ticket with a representative.id. Cool. So the installer actually does drop you in, generates all of your config files, gives you with the example code, you get some resources you can play with, generates your migrations, supervises your, the repo should be in this list, but it's not. How is it working without the repo being in that list? Oh, there's always something. Actually, how is it working without the... Oh, is it that thing where I'm looking at like an out-of-date file because I generated some code and it doesn't like that? Yeah, it is. Okay. Good to know. Okay. Cool. Well, I think this is a good place to stop. So what I have to figure out though is how am I going to, like, we've got a, I'm sort of dog fooding this in a bunch of Ash projects, and I want to figure out, you know, I can ship Igniter as a 0.1. Actually, come to think of it, it should actually be kind of fine to just let it be crappy, because the way it works is Igniter's an optional dependency. Not crappy, but, you know, like, it's not gonna be perfect. Igniter's an optional dependency. So the end user has to opt in by adding Igniter to their app. So I could actually ship a 0.1 of Igniter with just Ash, Spark, and Ash Postgres installers. I mean, it's gonna change a lot. And then basically I tell people, like, look, if you want to play with it, you can add Igniter, but you have to understand it is very, like, I'm not, you know, it's going to be all the APIs for that are going to break all the time. Don't rely on that, all that sort of stuff. I might actually just give it a shot, just see what happens. And because it's all conditionally compiled in our packages, it just won't matter. That'll be fun. Let's get it all cleaned up and write a couple more tests and then make a 0.1, I think. Let other people tear it to shreds, you know? I did just have a conversation today with Brian about this, though, on Twitter, about you know, making other people do your debugging for you. But I mean, this is an additive package, you know what I mean? I think it's fine to release something 0.1 and say, like, it's you know, still experimental. So I don't know, it seems fine to me. All right, everyone, thanks for those who joined my stream. I don't know how many people are still here, actually. Let's find out how many hardcore folks are there. Did we get anybody that stayed the whole time? Do I get like analytics or something? I don't know. Anyway, thanks everybody for coming out. I had a good time. It's fun working on Igniter. Oh hey, yeah, I see you around on Twitter. And we've talked about this. We've talked about it. I think it'll be I think we'll have something ready soon to play with. It's gonna be a while for it. It's gonna, you know, take time to stabilize, but like I was mentioning, it can be an optional dependency, so people can sort of like opt into the experimental features, which I think is good. So, but anyway, yeah, let's have a conversation in a couple days after I get 0.1 out, and we'll go from there. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining me. I am heading out.